Video Games Recon.
Hello and welcome. My name is Nate from Video Games Recon, and in this video we will be discussing and comparing the handguns currently available in Rust, including the Revolver, which was previously discussed in my default weapons video. The reason why this weapon is in both videos is because it is the only weapon which is applicable to two different categories. Anyway, before we get started, I would just like to explain one of the reasons why I haven't been putting many videos out recently. This is because I've been working on a Rust guide website, and that's taken up a fair chunk of my time. So with that, I would urge anybody new to Rust or has some specific questions to go check it out, and hopefully it will be able to answer them for you. The link is in the description. Also, I would suggest you bookmark it, as because of the way websites are listed, Google probably won't rank it for a couple of months. On another note, I'm looking to start streaming on Twitch soon, and hopefully will be dramatically increasing the amount of videos being posted on YouTube. Anyway, that's enough non-Rust jibber jabber for now, so without any further ado, let's do it to it. The Revolver is my favourite of all the default weapons, as it is relatively cheap and easy to make and doesn't require a blueprint to be able to craft. The Revolver is a homemade 8-shot pistol that uses the same 9mm ammo to that of the P250 and 9mm pistol. It also has higher damage to that of the 9mm pistol, although it has less ammo capacity and the slowest fire rate of all the pistols, as well as fairly difficult to manage recoil. That being said, for the cost of this weapon and its good damage stats, this is not a weapon to be sniffed at, as it's not that far behind the other two pistols in terms of ability, costing significantly less to make and requiring no blueprints or low grade metal in order to craft.
Side note:
the Revolver is the only default weapon with attachment slots. The 9mm pistol is a handgun that is very similar in design to that of the P250. The major differences between these two very similar weapons are the 9mm pistol's higher ammo capacity of 12, its lower damage stat of 23, and a lower recoil. These things create enough of a difference between the two to make the 9mm pistol a genuine rival to the P250. Even though, in comparison, the 9mm is often left underrated by most people. However, in my opinion, the difference between the two is a lot slimmer than people give it credit for, due to the 9mm's higher ammo capacity, which is useful for engaging multiple enemies, and its lower recoil, which is very helpful for getting more hits on target, especially at range. That being said, if I had to choose between the two, the P250 would just pip it, but like I said, there's not a whole lot in it.
Side note:
the 9mm can only be crafted by finding the corresponding blueprints. However, this wasn't always the case, as it used to be one of the default guns before the inclusion of the Revolver, which took its place. The P250 is a powerful handgun, which can be crafted after acquiring the corresponding blueprints, costing 12 low-grade metal, i.e. 180 metal fragments to construct. The P250 is most people's preferred pistol, due to its damage stat of 33, which makes it the most powerful of all the handguns, as well as having a greater range in comparison to the 9mm pistol. That being said, of the two, I find myself gravitating more towards the 9mm pistol for hunting and farming purposes, as I find it a more forgiving weapon, whereas the P250 is geared more towards the accurate and more experienced shooter, being more deadly but less forgiving in terms of getting hits on target. So I would keep the P250 for more dangerous PvP areas and potential confrontations at longer ranges / lines of sight.
Side note:
The P250 is a 4-shot kill for nakeds and uses 9mm ammo, which doesn't need to be researched, unlike shotgun and 5.56 ammo. So, to summarise, the Revolver is a great gun in terms of economy, being very cheap to craft in comparison to the other handguns, making it great to farm with, as if you get killed by a bandito and lose your weapon, you're not exactly going to cry about it. And on top of that, it's still a very handy weapon to boot. For example, if you find yourself in a firefight with someone with a 9mm or P250, you won't feel like it's an unfair fight and that the Revolver is completely underpowered in comparison. The 9mm pistol is a very forgiving and flexible weapon and is a match for any other handgun, making it great to go hunting with, both in terms of killing animals, presuming you have a silencer, and as protection. That being said, if you are a confident shot at range, the lower power of this gun may leave you wanting. So, that just leaves the P250, which is my best handgun out of the lot. At its minimal price difference compared to the other handguns in terms of resources, its out and out power and increased range just make this the gun to have. However, with that being said, I'll leave one caveat, and that is if you're still a newbie to Rust, my advice would be to stick with the 9mm for a bit until your shot improves, as like I said earlier, it's a more forgiving weapon due to its ammo capacity and low recoil. Anywho, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more BS of a similar nature. Thank you and goodbye.